Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am Uncle E, and I'm about to cook some breakfast. The hair should have been a dead giveaway. Let's get this started. All right. So what do we need today? Well, one cutting board. We're going to need 3 pans, 1 plate, 1 cup, 1 fork, 1 knife, 2 eggs, 1 potato, some mushrooms, and some ham. Let's get her started. Okay, so let's begin. Potato, cut her up. All right. Grab a bowl. You're going to take this over to the sink and you're going to rinse off your potatoes with water. So get that done. Okay, potatoes are rinsed. Now, what you go ahead and do, put some oil in this pan. Swish it around a little bit. Put your potatoes in. Take this to your stove and put it on medium-high heat. Now what we're going to do, grab a paper towel, get the starch from the potato off your cutting board. Go ahead and get the starch off your knife too. What we're going to do now is we're going to take the mushrooms, we're going to thin them out a little bit because they are somewhat thick. Okay, I'm going to do one more. I am going to cut them in half. There we go. I'm going to cover this back up. In fact, you know what, folks? I'm going to do one more mushroom because I like mushrooms. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the fridge. Now, as you're cutting your ingredients, stir your potatoes. In between putting things away, want to go ahead and stir your potatoes. Potatoes like to stick to pans if the pans are a little beaten up. So let's chop our ham. We're going to dice it up. Get it small enough to where it's not going to be huge chunks. That should be more than enough. I'll use this last chunk here, why not? But that should be enough. Now while you're cooking your mushrooms, they will shrink a decent amount. Make sure you put things away as you are done using them. Take a drink of coffee. I'm going to stir the potatoes. Now, my cup, my eggs. Use the bowl or receptacle for just a minute. Now, as we are making an omelet, there are two ways that you can do an omelet. Number one, you can fry up the ingredients and then pour the egg over the top of everything. Put in the cheese in the middle, fold it on the plate, and then sprinkle the cheese on top. The way we're going to do it today is the other way. I am going to saute my ingredients. I am going to cook my eggs in another pan. I am then going to put the ingredients inside, sprinkle a little cheese. Then I am going to fold, put some more ingredients on the top, and then sprinkle some more cheese. I like doing it that way better because it has a cleaner, neater look to it. So let's go ahead and toss these eggs. Again, you want to stir your potatoes. So I'm going to do that right now. We're going to bring ourselves over to the stove. So let's go. Okay. So, as you can see, they're starting to get golden brown. Keep stirring. Turn your stove down. Obviously the potatoes are going a little too fast. Again, this is a good burner. Cooks things quick. And sometimes I don't want quick. Especially when I've got two other things that are going. Or going to be going. Now, this is going to be our omelet pan. This is going to be our fry pan. So I want to go ahead and put this pan over here so you can see it. I'm going to take my oil. A little bit. I'm also going to do the same for my omelet pan. I'm going to cover these back up so they cook a little bit faster. Again, potatoes take about 10 minutes to cook from the time you cut it to the time you throw it into the pan to the time it's done. So you want to time things properly so everything gets done at the same time. In fact, I am going to turn down this burner even more because, as you can tell, it's starting to get a little crispy. Okay, so we've got our mushrooms getting ready to start sizzling. We want to use a little bit more oil. Mushrooms soak up oil pretty good. Pretty good. So give that a little bit more. You don't want to put too much oil in everything, only enough to coat a pan, so that way when you dump things in, it spreads out so things don't stick. Tell that's going to be crispy. It's going to be good. Okay, I'm going to season everything up right now. I'm going to go with the Himalayan salt. Here for a minute since I'm seasoning up. Pepper. I'm going to go with some oregano for the mushrooms. Use some chipotle for the potatoes. And I'm also going to use just a hint of rosemary. Okay, so we've got our mushrooms cooking, and as you can already tell, they're starting to shrink. So when they start to shrink, go ahead and put your ham in there. Stir your potatoes up so you can get your seasoning everywhere. Want major coverage. Okay, now let's go ahead and turn this on. We're going to turn it to just one short of high. Just one short of high. Because almost everything, by the time we get to that point, will be done. Season your food to your tastes. Season your food to your tastes. I like things a little spicy sometimes. One of the ways you can tell when your potatoes are done, or getting close to done, is when you push on them and they're not firm, or they're not as firm as they were. Okay, so I'm going to turn this down because things are getting right where I need them to be. By the time this egg's done, everything else should be done. So we're going to take our egg, we're going to pour it in the middle. Now rinse this out so the egg doesn't dry and create a mess that you have to clean up. Rinse off your fork, because you're going to want that later. Now, one of the things you want to do is you want to taste this. A little bit more salt. A little bit more salt. Pepper's just right. Let's turn that down just a little bit more. Don't want things to be overdone. Want it to stay warm. The potatoes are done at this point. Now what I'm going to do is, in order to accelerate the process, I'm going to go to high on this burner. I'm going to turn that down low. I'm going to turn this one down just above simmer. Okay. Now you can see the white forming, which is good. Now I am going to season this. Put a little bit of salt in. A little bit of cayenne. Not too much. A little bit of chili. Okay, you can see the white forming. So what you do is you come in with your spatula. You lift up the sides. This strengthens your wall on your omelet. It also detaches your omelet from the side. Now turn your oven off, because you're good. Now, just like that. Beautiful. I'm going to take some cheese, put it in the middle. I'm going to take a little bit of my ingredient, put it in the half, and I want more ingredient in the middle than I want on the outside. Okay? Now what we do, come over here. We've got our plate. So, I'm going to take my omelet, mushroom back in there. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race, folks. Okay. Beautiful, right? Put a little bit of that on top. Okay, so my camera cut out on me and I do apologize for that, but you already can see exactly what I've done from the last frame. I took some cheese and I put it on top of my ingredients. I took my potatoes and I put them on my plate, and I threw some cheese on top of that. It's a beautiful thing. So let's eat. Alright folks, we just got done making a ham and mushroom omelet with potatoes. Looks fantastic, doesn't it? Look at that. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Let's taste it. See what happens. Again, everything's inside the omelet. Cheese, ham, mushrooms. Absolutely delicious. How about those potatoes? Let's see what those potatoes are like. Still hot. Still good. Not too crispy, not too salty, not too peppery. Seasoning's just right. So folks, if you want to make food like this, you can. It's easy, it's simple. Keep watching because you're going to learn, you're going to get better. And when you make food like this, you're going to feel good about yourself and your gut. Well, thank you for it. It's a lot better than processed, trust me. Have fun, guys. Peace.